Alrighty, people. You know the dealio.
Come on.
You know what time it is. It is football time week numero 12. Actually, don't know what the Spanish is for 12. What's the Spanish for 12?
Um, 12.
12?
12.
Okay, well, there you go. Week 12, here we are. I know it is crucial for a lot of you guys to obviously make the playoffs. And there's a lot of injury news that has popped up recently and some, honestly, shocking stories. And I do think we need to cover a bit of news before we get into the questions. But definitely appreciate y'all for being here with us. It's going to be one of our longer streams of the week. So buckle in. Be a friend. Hit that like button to show some love as today's stream begins. We got a like goal today of 50 likes. With your help, I know we can get there. And as always, if you want to prioritize your questions, then do that through the website. Anytime we go live, guys, if there are ever questions on the website, that is where we will start first. So anytime you want to prioritize your questions, the website is the best place to do so. If you haven't signed up to the website for a free account, then use our promo code LAND, L-A-N-D, for a free account. It'll give you access to like the My Team feature for free, where you can link up like a Sleeper, ESPN, Yahoo League. It'll get access to the rankings for free, calculator for free. You can't like select an individual creator, but like expert consensus. Great tools, again, when you sign up with the promo code LAND for a free account. But there's a lot to talk through, so let's just start with some of this. Rashad Bateman is not listed on the injury report, which is great. Hayden Hurst is listed out, so if you have Will Disley, you can fire him up. Ladd McConkey, questionable. I think he'll play. It's not like he's been out of practice, so
yeah, agreed.
I believe he'll play. Madison and White are doubtful, which means Abdullah is probably the starter. Let's see. Aaron Rodgers. This is a crazy one. I mean, I'll be honest. Like, I was a little bit shocked by this report. I didn't think he would be returning to the team, but I also didn't think that he would be, like, his season would be over. And that's kind of what it looks like we are seeing. According to, is this Rossini? Diana Rossini? Yeah. It appears increasingly likely that the Jets will place Aaron Rodgers on IR or bench him over the next few weeks. It's also a possibility the Jets simply cut Rodgers mid-season. Rodgers reportedly still wants to play in 2025, but not for the Jets. And to me, this was a little bit of a surprise. Obviously, he wasn't playing well, but this kind of caught me off guard. I thought, you know what, they'll probably just play through the season. You never know. What if you go on a streak? You're not going to make the playoffs. What if you go on a streak and you can build around something for 2025? You just traded for Davante Adams. If I'm not mistaken, did they not give Davante Adams a contract extension? Am I making that up in my head? Because I feel like they extended him when they traded for him.
No, I don't think they extended him when they traded for him. I could be.
So that's something I'm making up.
I could be mistaken, but
be awesome if Spotrac could work. Here we are. So yeah, they have it out this year, but they have them on the books for 2025 and 2026. And guys, Davante Adams is going to cost this team $35 million a year at minimum in those 2 seasons. So they could technically cut him. It would cost $8 million. Or they can keep him on a 33, 34-year-old version of Davante Adams for $35 million a year, which is what we used to pay quarterbacks. What a weird situation in New York. I mean, I no disrespect to Aaron Rodgers, but I think this man single-handedly set this franchise back maybe a decade. The amount of assets they put up to get him and to get pieces around him, to have names like Garrett Wilson and Davante Adams and Breece Hall and still not be able to figure it out. I don't think they should have cut got rid of Robert Saleh, because clearly their defense took a huge hit once they did that. But regardless of what you think about the move, this isn't good for fantasy football. I know Aaron Rodgers hasn't been good, but this is not good for fantasy football. This is not good for Garrett Wilson. This is not good for Davante Adams. Do you disagree with me? Like, I just don't think that this is good for them.
I don't disagree. I think I feel like I'm not reacting to it because if you are the owner of the Jets, you have either burn your bridge with Aaron Rodgers and say, I hate you, you suck, get out of town, or this is all just a lie.
Well, it's not a lie. It's not a lie, and it sounds. What I disagree with you is it sounds like it's Rodgers doing.
Sure,
it sounds like he wants to be there.
And if it is Aaron Rodgers doing, which is funny because it's his fault. You're not playing well enough.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting. I feel like when it comes down to fantasy football, it's not the worst situation because of the backup quarterback. You have Tyrod Taylor, so he can definitely, it's not like it's like Aaron Rodgers and they're going back to Zach Wilson. That would have been shit for fantasy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not like you're not going to have that upside, that comfortability upside when you have Devontae Adams, Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson.
With Aaron Rodgers, you thought, you know what? I think Adams and Wilson could have a day today. I don't think I'll feel that way with Tyrod Taylor. I think it'll be one or the other or no one.
Exactly.
But
exactly.
Yeah, it's rough. I think if anything, Breece Hall is the only one who's not negatively impacted. But that was huge news, and I definitely thought it was worth talking about. And yeah, nothing you can really do about it at this point, right? All right, beyond the Aaron Rodgers news, I mean, will he be a New York Giant? We'll see. No, I'm kidding. Brock Purdy is also out this week. That drastically impacted the way I ranked Juwan Jennings and the way I ranked Deebo Samuel. I actually feel like going into the week, I had Jennings firmly ahead of Deebo. I've now swapped that. I feel like with a backup quarterback, Deebo seems like the safer play, in my opinion. I still have them as like fringe top 24 options, but there are definitely some names that I could be convinced to start over a Jennings or a Deebo. And going into the week, I had Jennings as like a must start, considering how good he had been with Purdy in the last couple weeks. But I think that's it. Is there anything else? Devontae Smith is out. I think that's it, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. Well, obviously
everyone else is there.
Not great news for fantasy football, but it is what it is. All right. Again, if you want to prioritize your question, you can do that through the website. This will be one of our longer streams of the week. And the way it will go is if there's any question on the website, like always, we will prioritize it there. Then we'll go over to YouTube. We see you guys on YouTube. We'll answer your questions on YouTube. But of course, again, if you want to prioritize YouTube, is the link is in the comment section for you there. Bucks with the start sit says, love the videos. Hope you guys have a great day. Appreciate you, man. It's a start 7. They've got Hurts, McCaffrey. I would now go Kareem Hunt. We've been talking about that all week as far as, hey, if Kareem Hunt is the only one playing in this game, he will become a top 12 running back for us. He's actually my RB10 after that news. I think it could be even higher. But yeah, this is Kareem Hunt for me against the Panthers. It's the best matchup in fantasy. Would you agree?
Yeah, Kareem Hunt, you starting there at the RB2 position there. We like Tyrone Tracy, excuse me. Yeah. But yes, now with Isaiah Pacheco no longer taking opportunity away from him, we feel pretty comfortable there.
And then it's just a flex, like Tyrone, Dobbins, Metcalf, I think is who we're choosing between, would you say?
Yeah. For me, this would be DK for me.
DK? Yeah, I think DK is your upside play. I think Tyrone is your safety. So, again, looking at the matchup that's across from you, are you a underdog? I think you play DK. If you are the favorite, I think you play Tyrone. I think they have, both safe floors. I just think, but that's how I would play it. Appreciate you, Bucks. Thanks for the donation. Hey, we do have a team review here from Slynot. If Slynot's watching the stream, we messaged you, and we just want to see if you are happy to push this towards Monday night. Before the Monday Night Football games, we have a dedicated stream to our Dynasty crew, and that is where we will push out some of these playbooks for the Dynasty channel. Let us know if that's cool. If you're watching this, if you're not, then you probably haven't thought about us, and that's okay. That's all right. But we did send you a message. Just doesn't send you a notification right now on the site. But yeah, again, if you want a team review, Any team review bought from now until Black Friday gets a playbook complimentary along with it. Mr. Will is the next question here. To start sit, go ahead with his question, Mr. Wills.
Yeah, so do I pick up Geno Smith and play him, not Darnold? For me, I would still play Sam Darnold. I know he's going against the Bears. It's a tough matchup there, but that's where I would go personally. I'm not sure where Zach would go.
It'd be Geno for me. Yeah, it's close. I mean, they're close to my rankings. I can see either way, but it's just not a good matchup. And, you know, with DK Metcalf back, I think that elevates Geno's floor a bit. So it would be Geno for me, but I don't mind either of these options, really.
Yeah, I would agree there. So appreciate you there, Mr. Will.
And then would we change anything with his flex at all? Probably not. Like Rashad, you're not playing Rashad White over Brian Robinson or Stevenson, are you?
No.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure.
He also has another question. He says, not sure what running back / flex besides Barkley to play. Okay. So you're starting Jalen Hurts, Singletary, which is tough. Would you start Justice Hill over Devin Singletary? I would. I would
because
as well.
In negative game scripts, we know Justice will be used. We know Devin's not going to be used as like Devin is going to be a 30% usage type of guy, regardless of game script.
Yeah, the only way he gets that workload is if Tyrone goes down, and then he gets back all that workload there. But other than that, there's nothing else I would change here. Dallas Goedert in the flex, so you already played David Njoku, and you don't have anyone else outside of Tank Dell. But I'll play Dallas over Tank Dell right now.
Would you?
Yeah.
Well, does it change anything that L'Jarius Sneed isn't playing in this game?
No, but it does change that Devonta Smith is not playing in the game.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah. I don't think your answer is crazy. I'm just trying to work it out in my head.
Yeah, you know? No, it makes sense.
I think... I believe Tank has a better chance of a touchdown. That's why I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Look.
I get it.
It's a tough call. I think I would go Tank because I just feel like Tank is your upside play and Dallas is your safety. So if you want to be safe this week, then go Dallas. But, I mean, if you've already had a David Njoku bummer, which he should have caught that touchdown, I feel like Dell's going to give you that upside that you might need. Yeah, were you hurt by that Njoku drop?
I was in a lot of the Dynasty leagues that I played, but I mean, it was frustrating.
It's so funny that literally the very next play or whatever it was, he made that ridiculous
grab. It went back to Njoku, yeah.
It's like, I mean, make the easy one.
Anyways, thank you, Mr. Will. Appreciate the double questions there. Josh is next. He says, need help deciding quarterback, wide receiver, running back, full PPR here. All right. Baker Mayfield or Bo Nix here. For me, this will be brother Bo against the Las Vegas Raiders tonight or tomorrow. Tomorrow.
I'd go Bo too. I mean, it's a great matchup versus the Raiders, like you mentioned, and he's on a heater right now.
And then you're starting Saquon Barkley, and then you're considering Kareem Hunt, Aaron Jones, and Tyrone. This will be Kareem Hunt for me over Tyrone or over Aaron Jones. Wide receiver, you're starting AJ Brown, Justin Jefferson, and then you have Malik Nabers, Mike Evans.
Yeah, this is between Evans or Nabers for me.
Yeah, it is between Evans and Nabers. I'm gonna go Mike.
So it's interesting because Mike might be on a snap count like Nico was. But when he's in the game, they will target him. I think he could have like a 5-catch, 50-yard game. If he doesn't get a touchdown, it's a bit concerning. The Nabers injury sounds scary, and I understand why it does, the groin injury. But this is something he's dealt with before. In week 7, he didn't practice at the end of the week, and he still played through a groin injury. And he said it's been actually, I don't know if you remember, if you've heard this, but Malik Nabers has said the groin injury he's been dealing with it for multiple years. So it's not like it's not like it just popped up out of nowhere and we don't know what's happening. He apparently said in the locker room that he intends to play. So
I expect him to, and I think if he wasn't going to play, I think we would know by now.
I have Mike
Well,
Evans
no,
ranked
no.
one spot higher, but the matchup is so much better for Malik Neighbors. But I think it's funny, like they both have injury issues. I think Malik Neighbors will be on the field more, but he'll
Yeah,
have
I
worse
think
quarterback play. It's a tough call.
exactly. I need to see it with Tommy DeVito first. So if Mike Evans is going to be on the field for 50% of the snaps, but you know the Bucks are going to get into the red zone 3 times, and you hope 2 out of those 3 times goes to Mike Evans just for a 1-yard touchdown. I mean, remember that there was like a game last year where Mike Evans caught like 3 touchdowns on the 1-yard line, and he had like less
Yeah.
than 50 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that that could be the
There's
same
definitely
thing coming
been
in
like
this
a
weekend.
3-catch, 3-yard, 3-touchdown game for Mike at some point. I'm pretty sure. But
Yeah.
anyway,
100%.
yeah, I think Mike is the answer there, but that will be a close one, honestly. I honestly think that if Neighbors plays, I think he smashes this week, regardless of quarterback. I really do. That secondary is so bad in Tampa Bay. They're going to be down the entirety of the game, deep into the fourth quarter, throwing the ball. I think Neighbors will smash, but I think Mike is your safer play, given the circumstance.
Yeah, I agree. I agree there. Appreciate you, Josh. Thank you so much. The next one we have here is from Jamal.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jamal here. He says Murray, Kittle with Purdy out, running back 2, and flex. Thanks. So this is 1 quarterback, 10 team start 8. I am going to be starting Kyler Murray
I
this
agree.
week.
Yep. Derrick Henry.
You start Derrick Henry.
RB2, we'll go Tyrone.
Tyrone. You start Josh Downs, Jackson Smith, Cooper Kupp. I'm still going to go George Kittle
I agree.
over Hunter Henry this week. I guess that's the option. Or in Jonnu Smith. I still feel pretty comfortable that he could be the dump off guy in this offense.
Should be
and then
enough scripted opportunities for him.
Yeah, and at the flex, I mean, I see Bucky, Demario Douglas, Hunter Henry, and I'm going to go Bucky Irving here.
I think so too. I mean, yeah, Pacheco's not playing. The Bills are on a bye.
I will say if DeAndre Swift doesn't play, which
He intends
I'm
to.
pretty
so I think
sure
will.
he is going to.
Mhm.
But if there's like some last minute report that he doesn't play, Roshan Johnson will be the guy for me.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go with you with Bucky as well. Love the way they're using these running backs since Chris Godwin went down. It's unfortunate for Chris, and I miss you in the flock league, Chris, but it's good for these running backs. Hey guys, if you're watching this, appreciate y'all for being along with us. Do us a favor, hit that like button. We got a goal of 50 likes on today's stream. When we start every stream, we always start with questions through the website. There's a couple reasons why. YouTube takes 30% of your donations when you drop a super chat, just so you know. So if you actually want to support us and get some advice, the best way for you and us is through the Flock Fantasy website. And if you do submit a question through the site, it will send you a direct link to the exact time code of when we answered your question, so you don't have to wait around for us to answer it like a super chat. You'll literally get an email like, hey, they answered your question, here's a time code. So it's a beneficial thing for you as well. And then of course, if you don't have a free account on Flock Fantasy yet, go get one with the promo code LAND. When you sign up, use the promo code LAND, LAND. You'll get the My Teams feature for free, where you can link a sleeper ESPN Yahoo League rankings. You can see calculator. Again, a thank you just by using the code LAND at sign up. But Young Pack is here, says, help me out with an unbiased opinion for my lineup. So it's a 10-team start 7. They're starting Daniels. They've got an option of Herbert and Nix as well. CMC, Kyron, Neighbors, Nico, and Njoku. And then at the flex spot, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And you started... man, we wouldn't have started Njoku if you had George Kittle.
We would have started.
That's one thing
Kittle
we would have said.
We were starting Njoku in certain situations, but we were worried about the weather, and we definitely would have started Kittle. But if you haven't started Njoku, then definitely put Kittle in there. Otherwise, I get it. You know, you can't change that now. But yeah, so many options here. This is tough. I feel like James Conner is the safest. I love James Conner this week.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I think all these guys are gonna be pretty good.
Yeah.
Personally,
would you play Daniels or Nix this week? Or I guess Herbert's in a good matchup too. I just trust these other guys more.
Daniels, I would play Daniels still.
I think
rushing
so too.
upside. That's kind of where I would be going there. Oh man, okay. Let's really break it down here. I think out of these options, Calvin and Jackson is out of the picture with George Kittle, Martin Harrison, and James Conner. That's how I'm feeling.
Yeah, I agree.
Right. Okay. Martin Harrison is actually playing Jackson Smith and Jigba. Both of these guys are going to be in a weather game, if I'm not mistaken. Martin Harrison is number one. Jackson Smith arguably number two.
Well, to me, regardless of weather, Connor's going to get used in every way in the same matchup. That's why I go Connor there.
Yeah, I think if you just need safety, depending on who this is a 10 team, start 7. I'm happy to see how the rest of the games pan out for you. And then if you say, hey, I'm down by 50 points before the second slate of games already, you just need some high upside, you can go Jackson Smith and Jigba. Or Martin Harrison, but if you feel pretty confident that you're just going to need an extra 10 points or something, James Conner could be that guy. So I'll just rock with you there.
Yeah, it'd be James Conner for me, I think, regardless. One of my favorite plays this week, weatherproof type thing, but they're all great options. I definitely hear where Badaki's coming from. I mean, they're all really good options. I mean, everyone knows what we're going to say, but consolidate, man. I mean, package a Neighbors and a JSN and go get a top 3 name. Package a Ridley, and a Kyron and go get a Derrick Henry. These are the type of moves that you can do. You can overpay because of the depth of your team. You don't want to make these tough decisions every week. You kind of want fate to decide it a little bit for you, Yeah. All right, Young Pack, appreciate you. Next question's from Crush 5. It's a start sit. We recently did a playbook for Crush 5. Hopefully you got that in the DMs. You were our first playbook, actually. Really, really fun to make. Again, if you want a playbook for your team heading into the playoffs, then all you got to do is buy a team review, and we'll do it live. And then send you the playbook within 48 hours up until Black Friday. Now, Crush 5 here. Go ahead with his start sit.
Yeah, so this is a 2 quarterback 12 team start 11 with a tight end premium here. You're starting Justin Herbert, considering Tommy Cutlets and Braylon Allen here.
I will go Brandon Allen. I mean, it's just he's a part of the better offense. I think Tommy has a much better matchup. I think we all would agree.
Yeah.
But it's just the better offense overall Brandon Allen's a part of. I mean, he could walk into 3 touchdowns in that system.
Yeah, no question. I'll go there with you. You starting Jonathan Taylor, Josh Jacobs, Mike Evans, Jaden Reed, Justin Jefferson, George Kittle, Javonte Williams with James Conner. And considering Juju,
well, yeah, this is
Kendrick Bourne. This is tough. This is tough.
This is rough. Adam Thielen. Would it not be Adam Thielen? He's back. I mean,
I think it's just a tough matchup, but
it is a tough matchup. But what? I just don't know how we get excited about anybody else. I mean,
you would normally start Devonta Smith in that situation. Who else? We have Clyde, Antonio Gibson. Gosh, this is tough. I would go Kendrick Bourne.
Yeah,
that's where I would go. Just with Drake May.
I just want to see his usage since he came
if I'm not mistaken, he scored a touchdown last week.
Okay, yeah, he played 47% of the snaps, 5 for 70. I look that logic checks out. It's a terrible matchup versus Miami though. But we don't have many good options here. But the logic checks out. Juju's not playing much. He had 1 target last week. Adam Thielen might be the best play, but honestly, Ray is probably your safest floor.
Well, Ray
he's on bye.
On a bye, yeah.
Greg Dortch could be a sneaky play too, but
someone said he has Joe Mixon. Is that true?
I don't see Joe Mixon anywhere.
Okay, I don't see Joe Mixon either.
They must be talking about a different comment, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. Ooh boy. Appreciate you though. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm gonna go KB with you. That's a toughie.
Hopefully that helps. I know that is a toughie. Isaac Rodriguez, appreciate you. This is 1 quarterback 10 team start 7 at the quarterback position. Considering Bo Nix and Baker Mayfield, I'm gonna go brother Bo. You got Joe Mixon, Jahmyr Gibbs, DK, JJ, T Hawk, and I will be starting Malik Nabers here over Bucky and Cortland Sutton.
Man, Sutton's been so good. I wouldn't be surprised if Sutton ended up being the better play. wouldn't shock me. What I will say is, you see the Raiders on the schedule, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, great matchup. What's weird is when you adjust for schedule, they're not technically a good matchup. I think because everybody's beating them through the ground, which is good. It's good for Bo Nix because he can rush for touchdowns. But yeah, right now Las Vegas is a bottom 7 matchup for your wide receiver. Sutton's been on a heater. I don't mind if you want to go that way. I think Sutton's probably safer, but I just love this matchup for Malik Neighbors. I don't care who's playing quarterback. It could be it could be Daniel Jones, could be Tommy DeVito, or Sam Howell. I just love that matchup too much to ignore it. But obviously, interesting that Daniel Jones was cut. Well, he signed with a different team. I mean, why not? Why wouldn't someone sign him for like a vet minimum?
Yeah.
To be a backup or something.
I was surprised he was cut as well. I thought he would want to. I mean, look, at the end of the day, he doesn't necessarily have to be with the team. Yeah. Or he doesn't have to. He can be at home and still get paid the money that he wouldn't have to do to not play and have to be there. Yeah. So it makes sense. I think he might go somewhere else. We'll see.
Yeah. Isaac Rodriguez is back with another one. They are starting Drake May. They are considering Dobbins and Chuba. Probably going to go Dobbins this week. I'm not really worried so much about
Jonathan Brooks.
I'm not so much worried about Jonathan Brooks. I'm just worried about the matchup versus the Chiefs. But man, Chuba's been. Yeah. It's not a good matchup for Dobbins either. I think I do lean Chuba here. Actually, sorry, I'm gonna go back to my word.
Yeah. I was gonna go Chuba there as well. And I just know that there's been tough defenses that he has played. And I mean, look, he's probably not gonna be efficient, even though he's been efficient throughout the whole season. But he's probably not gonna get you like over 100 yards. He's probably gonna have 15 touches, 60 yards, and you hope that he gets a touchdown and some targets in the air. So,
yeah,
that's what we're hoping and believing for.
Yeah. All right. At wide receiver 2, this would have been Juwan Jennings. Now I think it's Calvin for me. I was really, really trusting Juwan Jennings, but with the change at quarterback, I don't think I can trust it that much anymore. And it probably would be Ladd, but we don't know for sure if he's playing, so I'm going to have to go with Calvin. And at the flex, I'll put the running back Dobbins in there. I think he's the safest play.
Yeah, I think if Ladd plays, if you know that before the game starts, I would. You are going to have time because you have San Francisco playing in the second slate of the game. Same thing with J.K. Dobbins. He also plays with obviously Ladd McConkey. So if Ladd doesn't play and that report comes out right before the 4 p.m. games, then I would risk it with Ladd McConkey right up to the end. If not, you have options to start either JK or Juwan.
Yeah. All right. We've got our Davs 15 here with a start sit. They are starting Jaden Daniels. They're starting James Conner, which I like. He's your best option there. At RB2, I think you got to go Chuba Hubbard here. He was on the potential bust list this week. But like I always said to people, hey, like, if you don't have a better option, you don't have a better option. Like, it's, I get it. A lot of people are in a tough situation. Just lower expectations for him this week. And then at the flex spot, I feel like you still have to go Juwan Jennings here. Yeah, I know the change at quarterback. I'm not loving it either. But I just think Juwan is still the best play. The guy with the most upside, the safest floor.
I agree.
I'll still go Juwan.
I feel like Bucky has a safer floor, but I think Juwan also deems one as well, but probably not as safe anymore with Allen there. But I think he will get you at least, like, when I say safe floor, I'm thinking 5 to 8 points, where with Brock Purdy that was more like 10 points, Sure.
Yeah. All right. I'm pretty sure we have more questions on the website. Let's double check.
Yeah. P-Pov
is here. And just to let everybody know who is watching today's stream, if you want to prioritize your question, You can do it through the website. There's a link in the chat with the pinned comment. I'll also just put it in there for you. Again, that is the best way to prioritize your question to make sure it gets answered. We will go to YouTube as well for these super chats after the website. But go ahead with Peepov. It's a trade question.
Yeah, he said it was just offered this. Should I take it? Thank you. So this is a 10-team start 7. So it's a smaller league. It's one quarterback. You're sending away Isaiah Pacheco and CeeDee Lamb. And you are receiving Tony Pollard and Puka Nacua here. And his current running backs are James Conner, Derrick Henry, and Bucky Irving. And I would be okay doing this trade.
Me too. I prefer Puka over CD rest of season.
Yeah.
Puka's schedule is not awesome though. So that is something we should consider a little bit. Let me remind myself. Their rest of season schedule, San Fran in 15, Jets in 16, Cardinals in 17. So it's not ideal, but I just think with Kupp and Puka, it's hard to stop that duo. You can't really shut down one of them like the Eagles did with Terry. But
I agree.
yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think we all prefer Pacheco over Pollard, but not to the point where I wouldn't take the upgrade in Puka. So I'll take the Puka side.
Yeah, I completely agree there. Would you
You're also avoiding, by the way, a potential Trey Lance start at some point in the playoffs. So
yeah, and I would just say this. Maybe this person is valuing Isaiah Pacheco a lot to the fact that he's maybe asking for Isaiah Pacheco. I would still go with the likes of DeAndre Swift. I know he has a tough schedule, but I think he's been pretty well in tough situations. I would go with, I think that's something that I would counter with.
yeah, I would take Swift or Rachaad White over Pollard.
I think he has Bucky Irving, so I personally.
Okay, that's fair.
It's not that I don't. You shouldn't do it. It's just like, oh, let's see if you can do Swift or, maybe even JK if you want to do JK.
Well, what you could do as well is you could do a counter if you feel like they're on the hook and just add Rachaad and Bucky and get the Rachaad side of it. Love Bucky,
Yeah.
but Rashaad's still the starter.
Yeah.
So that's another option. But yeah, overall, I like it. Yeah, good deal for you, Peepov.
Yeah.
All right, let's just double check. There are no questions on the website. We'll go over to YouTube, super chats, and the regular questions. All right, just team reviews for now. So let's go over to the YouTube chat. Again, be a friend if you have yet to do so. Hit that like button to show some love. Got a like goal today, I think of 50 likes. I don't actually know where we are right now. But we appreciate y'all for showing up, showing some love. We'll be live as long as we can today. All right, so we will start with these super chats. And again, if there are any questions to the website, we will get right back to the website. That's where we will prioritize any questions. But Michael is here with the first super chat.
Michael.
And he says, start Hunt over Kyren this week in my flex.
You're tripping, brother. Michael, look at me. You're tripping. You're not doing that.
I don't know if he is, dude.
I don't know. I'm not doing it. I don't care how good that matchup is.
Tripping. I don't think it's the wrong move. I mean, how is Kareem like versus the Eagles, right? That's a tough defense for Kyren. And I still think he's a must start, but if you have an option like Kareem Hunt with no Pacheco versus the best matchup in fantasy for the Panthers, I just feel like Kareem Hunt is your safer play, to be honest. They're both high upside names. Of course,
Sure.
Kyren can go off at any point, but I don't think he is tripping. I would start Kareem Hunt.
I would still go Kyren Williams. I think we've seen, Kyren early in the season. Yeah, maybe it may not have been with Puka or Cooper Kupp, but like he's gotten up against some tough defenses. I mean, Chicago in week 4. Green Bay, I guess it was
faced
a tough
Detroit
defense.
in week 1, and he averaged 2.7 yards per carry.
Mm-hmm.
So now he's facing the Eagles, another tough defense.
I think Minnesota, if I'm not mistaken, is also a tough defense.
Yeah.
22.6 fantasy points. Miami, if I'm not mistaken, is also a tough defense on the ground, and he had 11 points. But he still got the workload, and I think I'm happy with that. I think I would say this: depending on your matchup and the other team that you're looking on the other side, we could potentially see like the Chiefs be up so much that their starters get sat. And I don't think I don't think I want
Panthers,
that.
I wouldn't play that personally versus the
I
Panthers.
I don't think I want that.
That just doesn't matter to me. If in like 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter they decide to sit Kareem Hunt, he would have already done his damage up to that point, in my opinion.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If he didn't, then you'd be upset that, you know.
I mean, look, I don't think it's crazy. Kyren Williams is like averaging under 10 points in the last 3 weeks anyway. He hasn't had a touchdown since all the guys been healthy with Puka and Cooper Kupp. I'm not saying you can't start Kyren. He's still a must start. We know how good he is. But yeah, if I have Kareem Hunt against the easiest schedule in fantasy, the biggest favorites of the week, Vegas thinks they're going to put up a shit ton of points, and I agree with them. I'll go Kareem Hunt.
Dino G, thank you for the super chat. PPR pick 2 running back super flex Trey Benson, Estime, Minshew. Assuming that's Ja'Chavion Sanders and Michael Shoemaker. Okay. And so I would, gosh,
probably
Trey Benson has been doing.
Can I just say something
a little
real quick?
bit more work? Go ahead.
I feel like we say this often on our streams, but if you guys are spamming the chat, I don't understand why the mentality from people is, oh, let me spam this question. Let me keep putting it in there. That's going to make them answer it. No, I can promise you, if this is a lesson for anybody out there who goes to YouTubers who cover fantasy football, if you're spamming your question in the chat, it will make nobody want to answer your question. It makes the entire chat messy. It, for some reason, makes you feel like your question is more valuable than someone else's. You know, we will answer in the timeline that we say we can, but if you're going to spam questions in the chat, you'll be put in timeout. You can come back, but act cool, man. Just relax. Like, stop spamming. If you spam, one-way street to a timeout.
You go to timeout, you get in the corner with that little cone, and it says timeout. That's what you just been putting, by the way.
It's like we're in preschool sometimes. I appreciate you guys, but come on, like, what are we doing right now?
Pick 2.
I'll go Estime.
Trey Benson, Estime. I like Estime's matchup. Benson has been getting more work. Not saying it's going to happen, but he's getting more work. He scored, or not scored, but he's getting over 10 points the last 2 games, which is interesting. Yeah, looking decent. But I would go Estime. I need an Estime game, not a Javonte game, because I'm going against Javonte Williams, and he has a great matchup, which is frustrating. And then Superflex.
I think.
And you have the option to start a quarterback. It would be Minshew as well.
Terrible matchup, but I'm not going to sit a quarterback if that's my option in a Superflex.
Austin.
Yeah, go ahead with Austin.
He said, "What's up, lads? My roster keeps evolving. Traded to, okay. I'm saying trade. Trade for maybe Tua, Brees Evans, Tyreek, Puka, Debo, Olave, Jerry, Richardson, Keenan, Dowdle, Algier. So this is I'm assuming that's your team. 14.
I think he's made different trades to get to this point.
Yeah, traded to get to this point. Yeah, 14 man, start 8, half PPR, 1 quarterback, 5 flex, 12 and 10 medium score, start sit.
Well, you don't have to score. You don't have to roster a running back here, because.
Well, he has Brees, so you probably have to roster 1 running back maybe.
What is he? Is he starting Brees and Dowdle every week?
And this is a start 8, so this is hypothetically Tua, Brees.
But you said start 8.
Yeah,
start 8 with 5 flex spots though. If you take away 1 quarterback, you take away 1 tight end. That means you probably only have to start 1. Well, yeah, you probably only have to start 1 running back, if I'm understanding this correctly. But Austin might be able to clarify in the chat.
I think it's for us. So if it's a start 8 and 5 flexes, so 1 quarterback, 1 running back, 1 wide receiver, and then 5 flexes, that's 8 technically. So that means he doesn't have to roster a tight end here.
Okay, maybe.
So then Tua, Brees, Evans, Tua, Brees, Puka, and then the 5 flexes.
Well, you can't start Brees, right? He's on bye.
You're right. Brees is on bye.
So it'd have to be Dowdle. If you
to
start a running back, but we don't know. 5 flexes is a bit confusing for a start 8, but
Yeah, so it'll be Tua, Dowdle, and then Puka, and then the 5 flexes will then be Evans. Sorry,
Reek.
yeah, Evans, Tyreek, Debo. You either started Jerry Judy or you didn't.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't know if you started Judy, by the way. Yeah, we
Um,
need more context to this question, but
yeah, Keenan Allen, and then that's it. That's it. I mean, that's only people you can start technically. So that means you had to have started Jerry Judy because Algier is on a bye, and so is Brees.
yeah. Wait a second. Yeah, this is a bit confusing. Okay, let's just say this: Tua, Dowdle, that's 2. Like you said, Evans, Tyreek, Puka is 5. Debo makes it 6.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Did you start Judy? I don't know. But if you did, okay, that makes it 7. And then Keenan makes it 8. You have no other names that you listed that you could even start. So I don't know how to help, unfortunately, Austin.
Yeah, and
Let us know
if
if
you
there's any
started,
context we're missing.
and if you started Jerry, like you weren't upset. I think he had like what
No, he was fine at 14.
13, 14 points or something like that. Like he did pretty well. And Judy's been picking it up since Jameis has gotten on board, which has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jerry Judy. Big B, he says RB2 desperation upside, Brooks, Benson, or Abdullah. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. If you're telling me Abdullah is going to get the Zamir White and Alexander Madison workload in the air and on the ground, why not just go with Abmir?
Sure.
I don't know if I can start Brooks because you don't know how his usage is going to be. I like Trey Benson because he's been getting some more work, but I feel like Abdullah has more opportunity. Is going to touch the ball more than Trey Benson. And they just elevated, if I'm not mistaken, they elevated somebody else off like the practice squad. Worst case scenario is that he gets injured and he sucks, and you kind of expect them to be playing down.
Totally fine with it. I have no strong opinion on a Brooks, Benson, Abdullah move. And if Abdullah is a starter, then logically it makes sense. But you have to know that there's a really good chance that Abdullah does nothing too. And
100%.
Dylan Lobby could get work. I mean, who freaking knows at this point? The Raiders running back room is disgusting.
The thing
but you
is,
don't
like,
have any good options anyway.
I thought that as well, but I think he's also questionable not to play. That's why they elevated somebody.
Right, Sincere McCormick.
Because I was gonna.
I mean, look.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, Dylan coming up. I liked him, as a 4th round or unrestricted free agent if you picked him up if in dynasty leagues. Anyways,
Says he'll have a chance to play. Yeah, no, he is. He's gonna play. Lobby's gonna play.
Is he?
Yeah.
Lobby, big chance with 2 running backs doubtful. Okay, so maybe I read that wrong. I thought it was like he was doubtful.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
That's a tough one, Big B. Appreciate you. Anthony Reed here with the super chat. Appreciate the donation, man. Says JSN, Marvin Downs, Tracy Mondre Hunt. It looks like we need to start 3 of these names. Starting with running back, it would be Kareem Hunt for me. At wide receiver, it would be Marvin for me.
Yeah.
And then at flex, I'd probably go with Tyrone Tracy.
That's right. I completely agree with you.
But you do have a lot of good options. You might consider a little consolidation there where, you improve your starting lineup and get rid of a little bit of depth. If you have that kind of depth in a bye week, I feel like you've got a lot of room to maneuver here. So something to consider. What's up, Frizzle? Start 2 standard. Leggett, Pop, Slayton, Pierce.
Who has an opportunity to get into the end zone here? Not Slayton. Even though I'm starting him. Slayton or Josh Palmer?
What? For you? For you? I don't know. Probably Palmer if Neighbors plays. But
Anyway.
Leggett, not a good matchup. I think Pop is your best answer here. Oh wait, you have to start 2. Okay, then it's Pop. It's probably Pop and Slayton then.
Yeah, it's probably Pop and Slayton. Who does Alec Pierce play? He plays the Lions. Oh, that's interesting.
You are reliant on a huge throw, and that could happen.
Exactly.
But
that's the thing. Are you hoping that happens? That's the only way. If you believe in that, that's where I would go.
Yeah,
Because I don't see
struggle too.
Slayton. I don't see Slayton finding the end zone. So I think that's what happens in big plays. Who has the likelihood
Slayton has a
of
pretty good
having a big
history
play?
with Tommy DeVito though.
He
Back
does.
last
But
year when they had some great
last
games
year
together.
there was just no Malik,
No,
which
I know
is
that,
that's
but it's a great
yeah.
matchup. They're going to be down the entire game. I mean, we might see Tommy throw the ball 40 times.
Yeah.
My answer is Pop Slayton, but I can see Pierce
I'll rock
having
with
a
you.
huge.
I'll rock
He's
with
boom
you.
bust. By the way, Austin did leave a comment and he said, "Guys, it's to start 8, 1 quarterback, 1 kicker, 1 defense, 5 flex." So apparently you don't have to start a running back at all. It's just 5 flexes. Let's go back to that question real quick. Thanks again for the donation, Austin. But if you
One
have to start
quarterback and
5
flexes.
outside of Tua,
Okay.
we
so
have to
then it
start
would
5
be-
outside of Tua. Then it would be Evans, Tyreek, Puka, Debo, and he didn't start Judy.
Oh boy. So it has to be
Then-
Keenan and Dowdle then.
Has to be Keenan. Not and
Oh yeah.
Dowdle.
Not
just
not
Keenan.
and Dowdle. Yeah. Just Keenan. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how we would play it. But
And look, it probably was
interesting.
It probably was warranted because you were worried about the weather. So that's fair.
Yeah. No, I don't think that's unfair or unreasonable to have sat Judy given the weather. The weather was definitely a problem. Like we said, it was going to get worse through the game, and it got worse.
And they were just throwing the ball. I thought they threw the ball not more, but the expectation of them throwing the ball during the snow was significantly higher than I expected.
They were flinging it around. Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit. Like, okay, let's get it.
The wind must have not been bad. I mean, yeah. Rob, Brees Hall is on bye, brother. So, yes, we wouldn't consider him this week. We got a super chat from Trigger Trey. Can I trust an injured lad at wide receiver 2 or pivot to Johnston if he's out? And I need a tight end, RB2, and a flex out of Auten, Hawkinson, JT, Tracy, Hunt. Well, your first question, yes, Johnson is a fine pivot if Lab McConkey's out. Completely fine pivot. Both in a great matchup. Both have a chance to have good games. Second part of that question is I need a tight end, running back 2, and a flex out of Auten, Hawkinson, JT, Tracy, Hunt. So, Auten or Hawkinson first. I feel like I'm still going Auten, but they're back-to-back in my rankings. It's very close. I could see either being the better play this week.
Yeah, this is a tough go here. Yeah, I would go Auten.
Yeah, I think I'm going to lean Auten too, but man, that's tough. I mean, these guys are real close back-to-back in my rankings. I could see
maybe we
Hawkinson
don't
being
go
needed
Auten
in a game. Auten.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, but then Alton also has Mike Evans, who's not. It's going to be on a snap count apparently.
Exactly.
But Hawkinson playing the Bears, who has been shutting down top wide receivers like JJ. What if they also shut down Addison, and then it's just a Hawkinson game?
Yeah, they're back-to-back.
That's
I'd
tough.
hate to have that option every week, to be honest. I might look to sell Auten high if I could. But yeah, we'll play Auten there. At RB2, for me, it would be Kareem Hunt over Jonathan Taylor and Tracy. And then at flex, I would play probably Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, it'll be JT Hunt, Auten there. I would agree. That's a tough
close
one.
Yeah, real tough. Lots of similar options. I think you know where our mind would go there, but appreciate you.
Yeah.
Daniel Fernandez says, what do we think of Jalen Hyatt from the New York Giants? Is he a better stash with DeVito playing, or should I pick up Kevontae Turpin from the Cowboys? I'll be honest with you, bro.
Who?
I'll be honest with you, Daniel. Unless you're in a 32-man league and you have a start 11 roster, these names don't matter. Turpin will definitely be more relevant, in my opinion. But who knows? I mean, none of these guys are guys that you rely on. Even in Dynasty, I have no interest in these names. But yeah, Jalen Hyatt, famously, we did not like him coming out of Tennessee, and we got a lot of hate for it. And it's funny, I haven't even heard his name until now.
I mean, he hasn't played. He hasn't played, and All this talk. I
One
hated
trick
him
pony.
too coming out of college, and then he gets drafted to my team in Classic.
He was a worse version of MVS, and that's
And they
hard
traded up for
to
him.
be.
I was
Yeah.
like,
But
Anyways.
anyway, I mean, look, we're being too harsh, but Turpin, if you have to play one, but I don't want any of these guys on my team. White guy, by the way, donated. Shout out
boy.
to the white guy who says K. Dotton or Hawkinson. And we just answered that one with the other question from Trigger Trey, but I think we're going Otten here. Mike Evans could be on a snap count. There's still no Godwin, Chris Godwin, obviously. Must win for the Bucks. You know, I get the idea of like, you know, teams being up and, you know, they might sit people late in the game, but the Bucks need to have a dominant win. They need the momentum back into that team after a great start and a rough middle of the season. They need to dominate your Giants. I'm going to go Kate Otten. It's close, man. I could see it going either way. Hawkinson is also a great play. I'm going to go Kate
I agree.
Otten, though.
Kate on. I needed them to dominate the Giants as well because we're trying to get a top 3 pick. Come on.
Yeah. I watched a little Cam Ward this weekend. I've been scouting the 2025 running backs, and I think I'm going to be in a place to drop a ranking video for the 2025 running backs on our Dynasty channel. So
Yeah,
if that interests you guys, I know we have had a lot of people ask, hey, make content around the 2025 class. Well, I didn't want to just make content around the class if I didn't know what the class was actually involved with, right? So I'll spam a link to our Dynasty channel. And if you don't know, go subscribe to our Dynasty channel. I'm pretty certain this week we'll have a running back ranking video for the 2025 class. I've got a couple names left to scout. I've been scouting my ass off for multiple weeks, and we're close. There's so many names in this class, dude. Oh my gosh, there's so many names.
Which is so good. Like Zach said, make sure you go subscribe over there because most of the time, or most likely when he's done scouting, then I'm going to be putting out all of that 2025 rookie draft guide for you guys as well, with all that information, scouting reports, you know, attributes, and everything. That's all going to be on there. So that's also going to be coming out if you become a member there on the Flock Fantasy website using our promo code LAND. So stay tuned for that.
Austin says, sorry for the confusion. Richardson over Tua, week 12 and rest of the season. I still play Tua.
No. Still play Tua
not
as well.
Not a great matchup for A-Rich. I mean, the Lions don't give up many points to quarterbacks. They're a tougher matchup. And, you know, Tua's coming off a 3-touchdown game. A-Rich certainly has the higher ceiling, right? I mean, if you want to talk ceiling plays, he might have the highest ceiling in the fantasy world right now. But it's just, I need more consistency before I trust him over a decent name like Tua. But depending on matchup, I'd start, like if Richardson was playing the Panthers, yeah, I'd definitely play him over Tua. But
yeah, I agree.
Let me double check where Detroit is a bottom 6 matchup for quarterbacks.
And oddly enough, they are normally up significantly. So think about that as well.
They're also one of the toughest rushing defenses in the NFL, and that is his superpower, which is a little tough. All right, super chat here from Michael Marowitz. Otten or Disley? I'll start there. I would go Otten. I do love Disley this week. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I really like Disley, but
what if Lam McConkey is ruled out? If Lam McConkey is ruled out before kickoff on Sunday,
I think McConkey's gonna play. I'm very confident he will.
Me too.
So that doesn't change anything for me.
Okay.
I guess like in that world, I would still go Otten, but I could see it being more appealing.
Yeah, I'll go Alton as well for flex. Bucky Downs with Jennings. For me, this would be Juwan Jennings.
Yeah, it was easily Jennings before the change at quarterback. Josh Downs is a fine option. I don't know, dude. I think I might go Downs here. Lions are a great matchup against wide receivers. Can't really run on them. Man, that's tough. You just can't sit Juwan Jennings 11 targets in back-to-back weeks, can you?
No, you
Yeah,
can't.
I'll go Jennings. That's tough.
Appreciate you, Michael. Shannon Blackburn, thank you so much for the super chat. Is it Hurts or Daniels? Need 2 wide receivers and a flex PPR. Okay, so let's answer Hurts or Daniels
Can't
first.
sit
I mean
Jalen.
that. Yeah, I mean it's a tough match. Not tough matchup. It's a tough decision.
Yeah.
But
you
yeah,
can't say
Jalen.
Jalen. He's one of the better
Yeah.
quarterbacks in fantasy right
Yeah.
now, and he's a little more consistent.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely get
Which
the question
Jalen
though
Hurts.
because you have no Devonta Smith, so I definitely understand why that's a concern. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm with you. Like, we're gonna go the same direction there.
So you need 2 wide receivers and 3 flex. So pick out of these 5 names. We need to start somebody. So you have JT Lamb. So for me, this will be Neighbors. I see JT. I'm also going to start. I see Kareem Hunt. I'm going to start. Oh no, sorry. You're starting Connor B. Rob Judy already. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, so 2 wide receivers and 3 flexes. You're starting Neighbors. You're starting Lamb. That's 2 wide receivers. In the flex, I would be starting Jonathan Taylor, Kareem Hunt, and Tyrone Tracy.
Tyrone Tracy. Exactly.
Johnson has a good matchup, but you know,
Come on, TJ.
he is touchdown or bust. He is not a consistent play by any means. If he has a touchdown, good, you're happy.
I'll take a
if he
touchdown.
doesn't, you're devastated. That's just the reality of his world right now. And then Bucky Irving is probably a safer floor than Johnston, but you don't need to start those 2 names. So yeah, appreciate you, Shannon. Thanks for the question. We do have a question through the website, so we will go right there now.
Mr. Anderson.
It is Shane Anderson.
Appreciate you.
If you guys want to prioritize your question, the website is the best place to do it. We'll always prioritize these questions first, but it looks like a dynasty question. They would be sending away London and Kincaid, and they would get back a second Myers, Ridley, and Laporta. I really don't like this trade. I'm not a fan of it at all. Love Myers is like a decent flex in a deep league right now, but he's certainly not the future of the Las Vegas Raiders at wide receiver. Ridley is a fine option. Laporta is clearly an upgrade over Kincaid, but not even a first-round pick to send away London. London is one of the better wide receivers in Dynasty right now. I think he should be valued higher than this. This
I think
would be
so.
a strong,
I think so as
strong
well.
London for me.
Yeah, and I would agree. I've been seeing in the Twitterverse, a lot of people saying a good buy low in Dynasty right now is Jacoby Myers. He's still, if I'm not mistaken, under contract, and they have been talking a lot about how Shador Sanders is going to go there and or Cam Ward.
Sure.
Obviously, we don't know what that's going to look like, but at the same time, they can also be in the market to bring in another wide receiver that could take away opportunities away from Jacoby Myers. So not saying that Jacoby Myers is a dead or bust asset. I can see people's thought process when it comes down to getting a Jacoby Myers, but at the same time, rookie quarterbacks haven't, I guess we can't really say that now because the last 2 years we saw CJ Stroud and now Jaden Daniels really supporting rookie quarterbacks, and hell, even Bo Nix. Just been a little bit tough to see those guys produce them in the first year. So,
Well, to be fair, this was one of the better quarterback classes in a long time. I would not have the same expectations for 2025.
yeah.
So, I mean, you and I loved Bo Nix. I love J.J. McCarthy a lot. He didn't get a chance. We liked Penix. He didn't get a chance, but we thought May and Daniels and Caleb could also, could all do better than what we typically see. But that's just because of the strength of this class and those guys as prospects. I just think overall, like, if you're going to move London, then I need it to be like if Laporta was who he was last year, this year, then yes, you make this trade because Laporta looks like a can't lose asset, but he's nowhere near what he was last year. He's nowhere near the touchdown, percentage as well. But yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, I agree. It is tough.
Yeah, I'm gonna go London for sure. I mean, the reality is like London should be valued as an elite wide receiver in Dynasty right now, right? Has the capital, finally has a quarterback, has been producing, and to not get a first round pick at all, or a player that I would even send a first round pick for, I wouldn't send a first round pick for any of these names in Dynasty. So I'm going to keep the London side here pretty easily. It's a quality over quantity move, in my opinion.
Appreciate you, Mr. Anderson. I don't think we have any other one on the website, which means we're going to go back to YouTube here.
And Rob is crying because he was spamming in the chat, and then he got put in timeout. We had to say, "Excuse me, Rob. Got to put you in timeout, Bubba. Okay, stop spamming your question." And now he's upset about it. That's okay. People are going to do what they got to do. Let's go to Luke. Yeah. Chuba plus Lad for Evans. Would you do this deal in redraft?
I'm Kamara, Aaron Jones, Tracy on my running backs. I'll be okay with it. This is a start. No, I'll be okay with it. I think if it's anything bigger than a start 10, I'm then saying, oh, maybe I need the depth.
By the way, that's my bad. Rob is not the person who is spamming. That's on me. My bad. Because there was another guy named Rob who was spamming earlier. I thought that was him. That was not the same Rob. My bad. Anyway, go ahead with the Luke question.
Yeah, I would take the Evans if it's a size 10. Anything smaller Evans, than a start 10.
I'll take Evans. That's going to make you have the best starting lineup, I think, in the playoffs when it matters the most. Cap for Life says, gentlemen, need 2, Abdullah, McMillan, Dell, and Shoemaker. What do you reckon?
I'm going Abdullah, and I am going Dell.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Yeah, I think it's really close with Shoemaker. I don't want to start McMillan. And I just want Dell because he has a better quarterback. So that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
But Luke Shoemaker with no Jake Ferguson, again, he had like, 12 targets last game?
He had 10 targets. Yeah, I know. Targets. So he's definitely on the radar. 100% on the radar. But yeah, I'm going to go with you there. Abdullah starting running back, and then Dell. You don't know if Shoemaker was like a desperation. Like they had no other option, so they just had to target him. But yeah.
Yeah.
Again, Rob, I apologize, my man. That I mistake you for another Rob who was spamming earlier. You both have a purple R, and that's my bad. Xavier Pert, Rashawn Johnson, or Amir Abdullah. I'm going to go Amir Abdullah. DeAndre Swift is going to play. Obviously, if Swift doesn't play, you can go Rashawn, but I think Swift is going to play.
Sammy says, which tight end should I play? Kittle, Alton, Disley. This will be Kittle for me, still with Allen there.
Yeah, I think it's Alton as well. Wait, is it not Kittle?
No, I said Kittle.
Okay.
I said even with Allen there on the quarterback, I'm starting George Kittle.
Yeah, let me just double check my rankings because that is very close.
My concern with Alton is
I'll still go Kittle with you as well. How do you have those options though? You got to trade one of these names.
Well, he probably picked up Alton off the waiver wires. To be completely honest with you, no one had him early in part of the season until my biggest thing with Alton, my worry, and I have Alton in the block league, is that this game is just going to be ran through on the ground. And I don't think he's going to be peppered with targets because we're terrible against the run unless obviously there's a big change. We get Kayvon Thibodeau back, blah, blah, blah. Anyways.
Yeah. Again, I apologize, Rob. Appreciate your support, man. That's my bad. I made myself look like an idiot. Not the first time. Corey is the next super chat. He says, need to start one. Nick Westbrook, Hakini, Devon Vele, Amir Abdullah, Alec Pierce, Noah Brown. Good God, Corey.
Start one? Well, I'm not starting Alec Pierce or Noah Brown with the options that you have. I'm not gonna start Nick Westbrook-Ikhine. For me, this would be Vele or Abdullah. Another word about Vele is that this game is dominated by the ground, dominated by defense. Where's the use for Vele there? So for me, I'm just gonna do Abdullah because I just hope he touched the ball. He's gonna touch the ball 12 to.
Yeah,
12 times,
I think
really.
Abdullah's your safety. I think Vele's your upside, to be honest. They like Vele over there. And he's a fun player.
They do.
He's like
Just
what?
think about game scripts.
He's like what? What was the name of that 25-year-old rookie from Tennessee?
Velus Jones Jr.
He's like Velus Jones Jr. but successful.
Come on.
And he matters.
Shout out to Velus Jones Jr., huh?
So I actually think Devon Vele is your higher upside if you want to go YOLO this week, and I think Abdullah is your safer floor because of the amount of touches he'll get. Hopefully that's helpful. What's up, Styles? Welcome in. All right, we have reached the point of the stream where there are no questions on the website. Let me double check.
I think we don't. Yeah,
Yeah, we
I just
are.
got a notification that we had one.
Oh,
Oh
dude, I
no,
don't see
that's
any.
That was Mr. Anderson. That notification came really
Okay.
late though.
Yeah, so we have no
for
questions
me.
on the site. We have no super chats. So I think we've gotten to that point of the stream. Let's instead of putting like a specific time amount of questions on it, Badaki, why don't we do the next 8 minutes? So 20 minutes past the
Sure.
hour. Cool.
20 minutes. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
20
Do your
minutes
thing.
past the hour. We'll answer all these free questions here to try and help out as many people as we can.
Quick fire. Jack Rabbit it. Go for it.
Okay.
What?
What? Let's see. Donovan Frink is the first one. Says you starting Pop, Douglas, or Bateman. I'm in a bye week hell, and I'm leaning Bateman. I might lean Bateman.
Yeah, I might lean Bateman as well.
Yeah. If Bateman
I
plays,
would
I
just
think
rock
he's
with
got the
upside.
touchdown opportunity.
Exactly.
All right. Tyler says PPR league Rashad White or Tyrone Tracy. I'll go Tyrone Tracy this week.
Yep.
Maurice
Trey.
says, hello, team. Maurice out. Tyler, thanks. Maybe he's in Texas, maybe. Need help at tight end. Kate Otten or Jonnu Smith. We're going to go Kate Otten there. You know, Jonnu Smith's a fun story, but I'm just not sure how long that will ride. I think Otten's a safer play. Renee says, trade advice for 14-man league. Javonte and Andrews for Travis Etienne and Tank Dell. I'll keep Javonte and Andrews there.
I agree.
Yeah. Let's see. We've got Flippin' Eddie says pick 3 to start. Neighbors, DK, Evans, Sutton, Williams. Who's Williams? Is that Jameson maybe?
Javonte.
Oh yeah, none of those options. Then it's between the top 4 of Neighbors, DK, Evans, Sutton for me. I'll probably do Neighbors, DK, Evans, but Sutton could
Evans.
easily be the better option of those names.
Yeah, those are the 3 I would go with as well.
Ethan says D-Hop, Jennings, or Otten.
Safer floor feels like Alton. It's half PPR. I don't think that's that big of a deal because they're all pass catchers. I would go Alton.
I really don't know the answer to this question. I'll lean with you. I have no idea. Who's your favorite artist, Badaki? Who is it? Drake.
Favorite
I think Badaki's
artist?
favorite's Drake.
Nah, favorite artist all time is Kanye. Love everything Kanye. Now, do I support
Yeah.
Kanye West? That's a tough one. I miss the old Kanye. If we all knew that Kanye was the old Kanye right now, I think it would be everyone's favorite artist.
Yeah, I pay that. I literally have no idea how to answer that question. I feel like
You should say Karina Savage. That's what
Oh,
you
yeah.
should be saying.
that's actually a good point. Karina Savage. Go look up the song Karina. Go look up the song "Killer" by Karina Savage. Actually, I'll put it
Wow.
in the chat for you.
Can you play it? No, you can't.
No, I
Damn.
can't. The stream will be
Fucking
taken down. Here you go. This is my favorite artist. Yeah, again, Killer by Karina Savage. That's my wife, in case anybody doesn't know what's going on right now. But yeah, she puts out great music.
Yeah,
She's
lives so big.
also on Spotify. And you can follow her there as well. Let's see. This is what it looks like, right? Yeah, there she is. She's put out 2 songs so far. The first one is already at 230,000 listens, which is awesome. This one will get up over 100,000 soon, but she has had a lot of success on a previous project called Glades. And now she's doing her own solo thing. And she's still doing Glade stuff as well, but she's focusing more on her solo stuff. And, you know, with Glade, they had a song that reached over 82 million views and 50 million on Drive.
Yeah, that was a banger, though. Drive's a chitty, ain't it?
Drive and Do Right were definitely bangers for sure. Off Limits is pretty good. But anyway, that's my favorite artist. All right. Let's go back. And Jacoby Myers or Juwan Jennings? I'll go Juwan Jennings there.
Jacoby Myers or Juwan Jennings? Yeah, Juwan Jennings.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to quick fire through and you just yell. I literally just want you to yell if you disagree. Okay? There's so many questions.
Like, actually yell?
Yeah. Okay, ready? Otten or Taysom? Otten. Neighbors or Marvin Neighbors? What do we do with Jalen Waddle and Dynasty Hold? Brandon Allen or DJ Moore? I'll go...
DJ Moore.
I'll go Allen because he's a quarterback if it's a super flex question. DJ Moore Jennings. I'll go DJ Moore this week.
DJ Moore.
Should I trade Nico, Puka, St. Brown for Chase? Holy shit, that's a lot. No way.
No.
Oh, or St. Brown for if you can trade St. Brown for Chase straight up, yes, you take Chase.
Sure.
Should I trade Tracy for Bucky? No way.
No.
Thanks, fellas. That was my process. Okay, I love it, Donovan. I'm the guy with Ladd plus Chuba for Evans. It's a 12-man PPR. Still a go for me, especially if you aren't relying on them in your starting lineup and you have decent flex options.
Yeah, agreed.
Mr. Short says traded Bucky and Rashad for Chase Brown, W or L. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm totally fine with that. You kind of get like the guaranteed starter on a good offense. Branzito Pro says start Reed, Tyrone or Aaron Jones. I'm already starting Downs. Should I sit him for one of these players?
Start Reed, Tyrone.
I would sit Downs for Tracy or Aaron Jones. I'd play both those guys over Downs. But in order of how I'd play these names, it'd be Jones, Tracy, Downs, Reed in that order. We did just get a super chat. Big old one from Silas. Appreciate the donation. We'll get straight to this. 10-team full PPR starts 7. You're going to start Hurts this week. At wide receiver, I'm going to be going with... Wow. I mean, let's just... Ooh, wow. What a roster. Well, okay. Hurts, CMC, Walker.
Hurts,
you are
CMC,
also starting...
Yeah.
Terry...
Neighbors.
DK, yeah, Neighbors, yeah, that's how my rankings would have it. And then
in the flex, I feel like Monty is the best option there based off matchup.
Monty is safer than Terry.
Yeah.
But that's an incredible options to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I'd answer it. But Silas, that's a tough one, man. I mean, sheesh.
10 teams, start 7. Got to consolidate. We say this all the time. You have heavy hitters. Maybe your trade deadline is not over yet. Package David Montgomery and Terry and see if you can go get a Jamar Chase or something. Or, I mean, you already have CMC. Can you go get a Saquon Barkley? You know, like, go see who you can get.
Yeah.
Because this is a stacked team already, and this is hard decisions each and every week for you.
Yeah, that's going to be tough each week, Silas. But like we said, Hurts. Honestly, I'll be honest with you, dude. Like DK, Terry, Neighbors, all in the same tier for me. All in the same tier. I couldn't tell you who will score the fewest points, but my rankings would indicate DK and Neighbors. And then at running back, CMC, Walker, and then at flex, Monty, then Terry in that order. But that's really impossible to answer for real. But we appreciate you, man. Thanks for the donation. Very kind of you. Let us know if you have any follow-up questions. That's a big donation there. All right. That is 20 minutes past the hour. All right. We said we'd be live to 20 minutes past the hour. So what I'll do to end the stream so people don't yell at us is I'll pick 3 at random. Okay? 3 at random.
3 at random.
Did Zach drop the OnlyFans link yet? No. And I'm glad nobody's followed up on it. So, Rob, let's keep that a secret. All right. Here we go.
Rob.
Three questions out at random to end the stream, and that's it. No more. Okay.
No more. Go ahead. What's number 1?
Number 1 is Johnny. It's a guillotine league. Sit 1. Evans, Neighbors, Hunt, Dobbins, Flowers, Cup. I would sit Dobbins here.
Yeah. No question.
Good luck. That's 1 out of 3.
Johnny Mittens.
Let's go to Kevin, who's a Thunder fan.
Come on,
he knows
Kevin.
no weakness.
How about the Thunders? The Knicks
Abdullah,
on a 5-game win streak, according to my reporters.
We're not on a 5-game win streak. I don't know who your reporters are.
I'm talking about us, but we.
According
to this, we just lost to the Jazz. But we just lost to the Jazz today, apparently.
Oh, okay. You lost to the Jazz? They are ass.
Today, I mean, I just looked it up. 121 to 106. They're 4-12. Knicks are 9-7.
Damn.
Now, you know what? I would want. I have to bone to pick here really quick. For NBA, I want to know their record. I want to see their record.
You can't. What do you mean? Like, what's?
Like, I want to see the record on the game. I want to know what their record is. Because as a casual watcher,
most places do that though.
No, not on like ESPN or when you're watching a game. Like if you go on KO right now, I bet you this game on. Whatever game that's on, you don't have their record. It says, okay, Rockets and Trailblazers are on right now. Let me see if it says the record. I'm waiting for the bottom to go. I can't see it. That's all. They don't. Okay. I don't see their record. It's 12-7. What's their record? Are they a good team? Or are they a bad team? I'm a casual watcher here.
We also have the whole world in our palm of our hand. You can just type into Google NBA standings. But I mean, honestly, you know what you could do? You could say, "Hey Siri, what's the Knicks record?"
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean.
Anyways. All right, what are we doing here? What are we even saying? I'm gonna go Amir Abdullah because he's the starter. It's not fun.
Or estimate. Yeah, agreed.
All right, last question. By the way, Michael, no worries, dude. It's good to have you. We're ending the stream here now. But last question. Shane says he has a question on the site. Let me refresh here. If that's true, we'll go to the site. Okay, yeah, Shane does have a start sit. I don't know why that didn't register. I'm sorry, Shane. We'll get to that. Last random question here we'll do is let's do Edison, who says, I need one flex, Johnston, Henry, or pick up Abdullah. I'll go Quentin Johnston there personally.
I like Hunter Henry. I mean, I love Quentin Johnston, but I like Hunter Henry. I feel like his floor is safe. And Drake May has kind of been peppering him with targets ever since he became the starter there. So I would go Hunter Henry, but Quentin could score 2 touchdowns against a great matchup or terrible secondary against the,
yeah, the thing that matchup's so interesting to me, the over under and potential blowout or high scoring game, but yeah. I could definitely see it go either way. All right, Shane, sorry about this, man. We are here though. We've got to start sit on the website, and it's Kyler, and at quarterback 2 you gotta go Tommy, because Allen's on bye.
Oh yeah, because it was Josh Allen. This is a different team. We will go Kareem Hunt, and I will go Tyrone Tracy, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, I'm on the same page. I love Kareem Hunt versus the Panthers, and I love Tyrone Tracy this week as well. Go ahead.
At the wide receiver position, let's go Malik Neighbors. I'm going to go Jaden Reed. I'm going to go Marvin Harrison Jr.
Okay, it'd be a slightly different order for me. It'd be Marvin, and then it would be Ridley over Reed, but we might still agree on the flex. I've said this before many times this week, Shane, but in case you weren't here.
Yeah.
Wait, is there something wrong with the mic?
No, why?
Yeah, apparently there's some static here.
Oh, Shane.
Is that on your end or my end? Can you check if that's you or me?
Oh, hello. It's on me.
It's
oh,
your
no,
mic?
It's most likely on your end. You normally fix the static.
Okay. Is Benaki back? Does he sound all right, people?
I sound better already. Thank you.
Okay, I think we're okay. All right. Sorry. So just to clarify, I would start Ridley over Reed, and I've been talking about this a lot this week, but the Packer wide receivers are just super inconsistent. I do still like Reed a lot. He's still a great option, but they are up and down. They're left and they're right. I mean, it's 1 week it's Watson, then it's Dobbs, then it's Wicks, then it's Ridley. It's just really inconsistent at wide receiver, but we might still agree on the flex anyway. But are we starting Tucker Kraft over Jonnu Smith?
That's interesting.
I would start Tucker Kraft over Jonnu Smith, and then I put Reed at the flex, so we might not have to disagree on anything.
Yeah, we don't have to disagree on Reed.
So you put Ridley at the flex, is what you're saying in your situation?
Sorry, in the situation, yeah. I guess in reality, it doesn't really matter because we're starting all those wide receivers.
Yeah.
It's the tight end who starts Tucker Kraft. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Sorry. Kyle's in the chat. Kyle Singer's in the chat saying we're handsome, we're so beautiful. I appreciate that. I mean, that's
Thanks, man.
You know, sometimes you just need words of affirmation.
I used to walk in where we used to live, and what I used to say, I used to walk in every single time, and I used to look myself in the mirror. What was that?
You tell me. I'm not legally allowed to say it anymore. Go ahead.
No, family-friendly stream.
Oh, okay. All right, we got a super chat from Michael here. This is probably the last question, and we'll probably end the stream on this one. Appreciate all the love today. Keep up the awesome job, and thank you for all your help. Appreciate you, man. Is there a tutorial using your website or missing or something? Okay, we can definitely go through that for you. Let's go through that real quick, all right?
Yeah.
So if there's anybody out there who has questions about the website, I think the first thing I would suggest you to do is to create a free account with the promo code LAND. All right, so the link that I just put in the chat right there, flockfantasy.com/land, it's going to take you to this website, okay? And you're going to be able to put in your email address, your promo code, which should be LAND, and then a password, create a username, all that, right? You can sign up and create a username, again, with the promo code LAND. And once you've signed up, you'll get a couple things for free. You know, you don't have to get a membership. You can. There's a lot of benefits to getting a membership, right? But just with a free account, you have the My Teams feature where you can link up a Sleeper, ESPN, or Yahoo League. And once those are linked up, you'll see the link that's pinned in the chat is our link to ask us a question, right? And you can actually see on the website in the bottom right, it says personal advice. That button gets you to the same website. In the top right, there's also a button. But if you click either the link or that button at the bottom right, it'll take you to the team review section, trade, question, start, sit, super message. And let's say you wanted to do a start, sit. Well, as long as you've linked up your teams, you will be able to automatically select a league, right? Hit continue. Once you look at your starting lineup, all you need to do is choose the first player that you know is on your team. It'll link the rest of your team. But what you need to go is do every single position and just tell us, are you locked in on Derrick Henry? Are you locked in on Jonathan Taylor? What names are you considering at each position, right? And this will kind of help us as we go through and let us know exactly what options you have both in your flex at every position. Just make sure you go through every position. The trade question, is kind of similar. If you want a team review from us, like we said before, we do offer the playbook now. Every team review that's bought from now until Black Friday will come with a playbook automatically and a live review of your team. So whether you're in a redraft or a dynasty team, that's available to you. The playbook just comes about 48 hours after we do your review. But yeah, that's pretty much a tutorial. I mean, you've also got the rankings. Obviously, if you're not a member, you won't be able to sort by individual creator rankings, like for example mine, but if you are a member, you will. If you're not a member, you'll only have expert consensus. And you've also got the trade finder where you can find real trades that have happened in real leagues. For example, if I want to see trades that have happened for Patrick Mahomes in a redraft league, these are all real trades that have happened in real leagues. We have a database for that. You got the trade calculator for both redraft and dynasty. You've got the post section where our 2025 Dynasty Rookie Report will be here soon. the most viewed Dynasty Rookie Report in the industry last year. And it's going to be even better this year. So yeah, that is a little tutorial. Hopefully that helps. But Abdullah or Vele? I'll go Abdullah here.
Yeah, we're going Abdullah.
Yeah. All right, guys, that's it for today. We will be answering questions on the website all the way up until kickoff. So if you have one that you need answered, check out the comment I just put in the chat. It's also the pinned comment. You look like you have a devious smile. What am I missing? Yeah.
Nothing.
Okay.
Literally nothing.
That is it for today. We appreciate y'all big time. And I don't know. We'll see you soon. All love. Appreciate you.
Love.